Hello, my name is Kishori. I work as a marketing strategist and model. I grew up vegetarian. Both my parents were vegetarian, and I became vegan around 2016, right as I was starting college.
You said both your parents were vegetarian. I thought they were vegan.
So my dad is vegan,
Okay.
but I grew up vegetarian.
Yeah.
Never ate eggs. I occasionally ate dairy growing up. My dad is fully vegan. My mom is vegan now, but I was raised vegetarian, occasionally eating dairy. And then when I learned the horrors of the dairy industry, I was just astonished and kind of, really grossed out. I didn't want to, continue.
How did you learn this, though?
Got on social media and started seeing real life videos, documentaries, undercover, people going in. You kind of see like what's going on. It's just really disturbing. And you don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to continue to give in or, be a part of the purchasing of those type of products. And so that's what really hit me on the spot for why I shouldn't continue.
Didn't you think maybe you might need dairy?
Not at all. No, not at all. I think there's such a misconception that, you need milk and dairy for, calcium and growing, and that's such a marketing ploy. I mean, I work in marketing, so I know firsthand that that's a whole marketing ploy by, big food industries. And so I just, there's so many other ways to get protein and nutrients, and when you do the research, you can see that.
Yeah. Did you acquire any illnesses after going vegan?
Did I acquire any illnesses? Not at all. No, I feel like if anything, your health gets better.
Yeah. And what physiological, mental, or emotional changes occurred after you went vegan?
I feel like overall, I think my health was always good, even just being vegetarian, but I feel like going vegan, really like the mental shift too. You just feel more energized, you feel empowered. I think that was a big thing. But health-wise, I mean, yes, like peak health, I think there's such a misconception that you have to have meat for your protein intake, but you can be just as healthy. You see bodybuilders, Olympians that are vegan, you see these high-profile athletes, and everyday people that are doing just fine, if even better.
Did you have any companion animals growing up?
I did not, but my dad and stepmom have an animal sanctuary in Colombia, and they have over 150 animals that they rescue and have on the property. And so I visited them a couple years ago and saw firsthand just how cute all the animals are. But I mean, I've never grown up with a pet.
Do you think people innately want to hurt animals?
I don't think anyone innately wants to hurt animals. I think a part of it is just the lack of awareness of like what goes on. We love dogs and cats, but we just don't necessarily see what goes on behind the scenes of other animals.
Do you include humans in the equation of compassion toward animals when it comes to veganism?
Oh yeah, I mean compassion all around, compassionate to humans, but also compassionate for animals. Like if we're gonna, just as far as it's equality, if we're gonna be compassionate for humans, why not be compassionate for all living beings?
Some people think, to each his own. Why do you care what I do? Do you think it matters what other people do, and maybe they should be considering this? And if so, why?
One step at a time. I don't want to ever, put pressure on anyone or go like guns blazing about, a topic or make them feel like they absolutely have to. But I think with compassion and, education and, easing someone into it, I think people will be more inclined to learn and, see what it's all about.
Has a stranger ever been aggressive towards you because you were vegan?
I had a vegan club in college. It was like me and a couple of our friends. We had a vegan club. There were a couple of folks on campus that, definitely came questioning, and there's nothing wrong with asking questions, but I think it's also coming from a place of kindness. And so there were definitely some people that came very harsh, very strong-headed on oh, this is wrong, this is not okay, this is you're preaching and whatnot. And I think it's also just kind of level setting with them in a kind manner of we can have differences, but listening and hearing out why we might be talking about veganism or talking about animal rights.
Do you think it's important to raise children without eating animals and meat, eggs, and dairy, and just all of that? Yeah,
no, I definitely want to raise my children vegan on a plant-based diet. And in general, I think kids, I think about my little brother, they're so curious at that age, and they ask questions, where is this coming from? Where does this food come from? They start to understand and feel bad. Even if a child wasn't raised necessarily vegetarian or vegan, I think there is this curiosity of, innate nature of loving all beings and animals. And so I think they will eventually ask that question, where is this coming from? And, the parent, will have to say where it is. Well, it's from an animal or a pig or a cow.
Could you be with somebody who isn't vegan?
Yes, actually, my fiance is not vegan. He doesn't eat dairy, but he does eat meat, but he is very open and understanding, and he still, is very, open to trying vegan restaurants and trying vegan food and, understanding into my beliefs. But you never want to come in super harsh to someone else. Like, you want to meet them at a level set. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I mean, I have my childhood best friends. I have childhood best friends that eat meat, and as long as someone is just, they're still open, they're still willing to try, they get excited when I make a vegan item or if I take them out to a vegan restaurant. I think it's baby steps and easing someone into it.
How much of it's ethical to you versus maybe health?
It's a mix of both. I think ethical reasoning is a big one, but also health is a huge part of it, especially, illness, disease, so many different things. Having a plant-based diet can help you in so many aspects of your life.
Do you think you would ever acquiesce to eating like your fiance eats?
Oh, no. I grew up vegetarian vegan. I could never eat meat. No.
And what would happen?
I think I would get sick. Your body gets used to having a vegan diet. So I think if I accidentally ate meat, I'm pretty sure I'd probably not feel great.
And if a doctor said, hey, you need to start eating animals, would you?
No, and thankfully I have a wonderful doctors that, are totally supportive of the vegan diet. And I think that's becoming more normalized.
Do you consider yourself an activist?
I think so. I mean, maybe on a small scale, I'm an activist for friends and family. Yeah.
Considering your fiance, do you try to present information to him or just kind of leave him alone?
I share information here and there, but again, it's not like I'm big poster in in our apartment. No, it's sharing here and there, and he's always open to learning and listening, which is great.
Why do you think some people quit?
Maybe they felt pressured by someone else. I don't know why someone would quit after. I would hope that there was good return, in the sense of health benefits or feeling better or just ethically feeling, better about the decision, but I'm not sure why someone might quit.
Do you think maybe it could be because they were treating it more like a diet, since most diets fail?
Yeah, that could be the case. They could be treating it like a diet.
I think if maybe they approached it more ethically, it's far less likely that they would quit. Maybe just find a way to make the diet work?
Yeah, I think if you're coming about it from an ethical standpoint, I think you're more likely to not quit. And if you're coming at it from a health perspective, if you're not necessarily seeing the desired results of, losing weight or whatever your desired result is, then maybe you're this isn't for me. But I think from an ethical standpoint, I can't imagine someone quitting.
How do you stay positive in such a non-vegan world?
I consider myself a very positive person in general, and I do see, potential in our world. I see it changing on a daily basis. You see more activism, not just for veganism, but just in general, activism across the board. And you see with social media the power of what a movement can do and what people are willing to change. And I even think with the next generation, it's a next generation of activists, young activists. I think we should all stay positive and look towards a better future.
You ever avoid using the word vegan?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm fine with it. I know some people are I feel like some people have a negative connotation of it, but I think it's totally good, totally normal.
You think we'll see a vegan world?
I would hope so. I hope so one day we do.
Do you think people maybe become more compassionate toward humans as they become more compassionate toward animals?
Yeah, that's a great question. Perhaps, as you're more compassionate for animals, you might be more compassionate for humans.
Kind of seems like it would logically
go
that
logically,
way.
Equality, it makes sense, yeah.
What kind of foods do you eat on a given day, in an ideal day?
An ideal day, okay. I love eating overnight oats with banana, chia seeds, blueberries. I love making a Thai quinoa tofu salad for lunch. That's really yummy. I also love eating falafel pita wraps. I grew up eating a lot of Indian food, which is already pretty much very vegan friendly. So, rice, dal, which is lentils, and veggies. So lots of goodness.
Do you have a quote you want to share?
I think a quote that I live by personally is having an attitude of gratitude just in general, going about your everyday life. I think when we have gratitude, we see the world in a very different light. You go about your day in a much more positive manner. You're more thankful, you're more appreciative, and you're just more understanding.
And if somebody wants to learn more about you, do you have any social media or online presence?
Yes, so my Instagram is at Kishori Turner. So Kishori Turner, Turner.
Cool. And that was Instagram only?
Instagram, yes.
Yeah, cool. You're a model, right?
Yes, so I work as a marketing strategist for a fintech, and then I also do modeling.
Yeah, cool. And do you find yourself maybe doing more in the vegan movement maybe in the future?
Yeah, I would love to. I think that would be great to, unite, passion, but then also work. I think that would be a great way.
Yeah, your dad was kind of hoping maybe you could become a vegan model.
I don't know, who knows?
Well, I appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was
so nice chatting.
Yeah, it was so impromptu, just on the spot there.
No, it's all good. I really appreciate it. It was so nice connecting.
I hope to visit, am I pronouncing it right? Juliana's?
Yeah, Juliana's Animal Sanctuary
yes.
in Colombia.
Yes,
yeah.
I hope to visit that.
Yeah, you should.
Awesome.
I mean, it's wonderful. It's huge, beautiful property. They have rabbits, chicken, oxes, cows, bunnies, dogs, everything. All the animals you can think of.
Weekend.
Yes.
Oh, we better talk about where we're at. Where are we?
Oh, yes. We are at the AVA Summit.
Yeah, and it stands for?
We're at the AVA Summit in Los Angeles, the Animal and Vegan Advocacy Summit.
Yeah. And why do you think this is a cool thing to check out?
This is an amazing event, amazing opportunity to meet and connect with fellow like-minded individuals and, to learn more, to see what other organizations are doing and, connect with new people.
And your dad has a pretty impressive organization, right?
Yes, so my dad is the director and founder of Food for Life Global, which is the world's largest vegan food relief. So they've served 8 billion meals in over 65 countries. So they do a lot of wonderful work across the globe. You can check them out at ffl.org.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.